Good afternoon, blockchain experts and enthusiasts. My name is Alena Zaleska. I'm director at WeTel Blockchain Center. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all of our next episode of Blockchain Coffee Talk Show. Empowering other technologies, blockchain creates a vibrant symbiosis of advanced tech. From a buzzword to global financial and industrial game changer, it's undeniably becoming the part of our everyday life. Transparency, immutability, security, and privacy, these are all benefits that are on high demand within blockchain. Now, and these are discussing nowadays from the all perspectives, from the developer's desk, at the regulator's office, and of course during our talk show. And it's my pleasure to introduce our today's experts: Thomas Tumoza, founder of Zen Republic; Jassim Akram, blockchain influencer; and Elio Berberi, regional business development manager, Hyperlink ecosystem. Thank you and welcome to our talk show. Thank you for taking your time off. Let's introduce yourself. Tell what's your area of expertise. Yes, Thomas.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much for having me. So again, I'm Thomas. I'm founder of Zen Republic. We're developing VR and crypto entertainment studio, cultivating a community of creators, artists to build things together, to keep the fresh energy, and to take over the metaverse, you know how they say. And so my area of expertise is developing. I've been developing VR games for 6 years now, so I know a lot about game design, game theory, whatever else. And just for like a year now, I've been developing NFTs. So I've been making NFT collections, D-apps, and things like that. So I also do music, do things like that, but I consider myself a creator and a developer.
Perfect. Yes, Jassim.
Hi, this is Jassim Akram. I'm a professional trainer, global motivational speaker, as well as a common person who is willing to be a part of revolution on blockchain technology. My main motto and aim is to spread the blockchain and crypto thing to the least and the last person of the humankind. So this is my goal, and I'll be working for it. Networking, developing communities, and training is my passion. So I'll be here, and I'll be there everywhere where is crypto, there is Jassim, and thank you.
Yes, Elio.
My name is Elio. So basically, I'm the regional business development manager for Hyperlink. We specialize in blockchain development, in crypto, and we're doing a lot of metaverse projects for clients, basically for corporate clients. So we're focusing on the moment on those three fields, and we do other also software development for different fields also. I also specialize in cryptocurrency and metaverse. I do a lot of speaking on metaverse and cryptocurrency. So let's have a good time today.
Absolutely, yes, and let's begin and let's start with sustainability, because as we know, that's been the central theme of Expo 2020. This year, Emirati Women's Day was themed Inspiring Reality, Sustainable Future. So clearly, sustainability is the main topic as UAE moving towards the future. So how can blockchain improve sustainability, help it? It cannot be this tool for sustainability.
I guess I can start to answer.
Yes, please.
So, in the field of gaming, as I represent, there's a big trouble with the sustainability. I'm sure you all know about that, because the games, they raise some money, they sell some NFTs, and turns out it's a very simple Ponzi scheme most of the time. Very simple pyramid scheme. The sooner you come into the game, the more you can earn, and then you can dump to others. So it's still, I don't think the blockchain in itself can just help make things sustainable, because what blockchain helps is to make very simple pyramid schemes. This is what it's most capable of. So it's still going to be up for us, for up for developers and for the community members to understand, to not get into these traps. So I would say even otherwise. I think blockchain makes more susceptible to being unsustainable, make unsustainable things. I think part of it is because there's not too much education, and it's easy to fool people who just want to get some NFTs, right? And they're being told you're going to earn some money. But right now, in 2022 at least, things are getting a bit better, especially because of the beer market. Things are lowering, right? There's not too much hype. People are getting smarter. So I think we can go towards sustainability, and it's something we really, especially in Zen Republic, this is what I'm thinking about a lot. When I first started, my first idea was, only later I found out I was building a Ponzi scheme, and then I just started to think like, how can I evade it? And now I've got some ideas about how to evade it, but I want to also let other people answer that.
Sure.
But it's just a big concern.
Yeah, as he was mentioning about, it was people's mindset for before 2022. It was some kind of stuff, but still, so many people are willing and contributing, and they're day and night they're working for the community in the revolution. As I told before, it is a revolution. For every decade, every generation, there will be a big revolution. The people who are firstly get into that revolution, they'll be the kings, or they'll be the builders of that community. So now people are becoming smarter day by day, and still very less number of people are known about the system and what it exactly mean. So there is our responsibility, and as well as the crypto influencers, blockchain specialists' responsibility to build a sustainable community and to create sustainability in this blockchain community. This is our responsibility, and I can frankly say that there is sustainability if we are willing to do. But if we are not willing to do, we cannot find anywhere. But it's a superb thing, and we are going to witness one of the biggest sustainable community soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Basically, from my point of view, which is basically more towards the corporate side, and the business side, sustainability is for me more than using less carbon emission. So basically, every company at the moment is building a digital twin of their company in the metaverse. And basically, they're pushing people to move from the physical world to the digital world. And they're doing less carbon emission. They're pushing people to buy digital products, which is important. So the production, everything that's going on is getting less and less. So this is basically my sustainability point of view. So.
Thank you. Thank you. That's true. That's true. It's like a lot of things still need to be done, but we're on the way to it. And you was mentioning metaverse. I believe now everyone, every day, can hear 100 times that people are talking about metaverse. But do we really know and understand what is it, what is behind, and how we can use it? Because in general, what is metaverse? Meta is the Greek word for beyond, and universe is our physical world. So metaverse is like an alternative reality. And imagine that some reports are saying that by 2026, the value of the alternative reality world will be more than $50 million. So where we can implement, what's the application of metaverse, in which industries, like which businesses can use it, and what's the use cases of the metaverse? Let's talk about this.
Maybe I can start again.
Yes, absolutely.
So in my mind, people are now talk a lot about metaverse and not really understand what it is. Now they just put in words anything like, oh, this and this metaverse, this and this metaverse. So you can see the forecast of tomorrow. It's metaverse. So I'm thinking the real metaverse has not yet arrived, and now people when they're building metaverse platforms.
So what is real metaverse?
Essentially, they're building virtual worlds, and so let me get to that. So metaverse will be kind of like the internet, but not through 2D pages, but 3D worlds. So for example, if I can, let's say I'm going in the VR, I
Yeah.
have my own kind of some watch, right? And then I have some UI. I can go enter some, I don't know, Nike.com, right? I
Yeah.
enter Nike.com and I load to a 3D world of a Nike, some sort of a shop, right? Where there's some live assistants here who can help me out choose a shoe or whatever, right? I can see other people hanging in the shoe shop. I can see another person say, oh, that's my friend, right? Hey, maybe wanna go hang out, play some game together, right? And we don't need to go like install anything. We can just go party up, select a different www, some other world and go there. So I think metaverse is just kind of combination of all the virtual worlds that you can go from one to another. So
Okay.
this can be whatever else. It doesn't need to be a game. It can be whatever else, whatever people can have imagination for, just like internet. You can make a website for anything at all. You guys, what do you think?
Elio, yes.
So basically, the metaverse for me, or from my understanding, is basically a platform, several platforms, several worlds, but at the same time, it's gaming slash social slash blockchain. So basically, one of the most used cases in the metaverse, which we see at the moment, is retail. And retail now at the moment is going into metaverse with NFT clothing, let's say. You go on the metaverse, you buy your NFT Nike shoes, you buy your Puma clothing in the metaverse, and you just wear it as an avatar. And people are going from direct to avatar, D2A. So basically, they want to wear the same thing in the real world, but also in the metaverse. And as you said, the metaverse is where people meet all together and hang out. They can play games, they can shop, they can socialize. And a lot of utility, the biggest utility at the moment is NFTs. The more people, the companies are buying it, are getting into NFTs because they're using it in their physical shop and then using it also in their the digital shop. So they want people to get those NFTs, let's say in the digital world, and use it in the physical world. So they want to connect the physical and the digital together. This is basically
All
one
right.
of the biggest utilities. Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, according to me, as they both were, cleared the most of the metaverse. So I want to add one more thing. On the other hand, metaverse still people are not able to get what is exactly metaverse.
Yes,
Still
that's
few
what
people
we're
are
trying
thinking
to.
it's only for gaming, virtual gaming. But as Thomas said, that's not only virtual gaming. We can see, he said so many, he added so many extra things as well, which are very important in our metaverse. It's a complete universe in which we can able to see crypto as well as NFTs, as well as Web3, as well as shoppings, movies, gamings, so many different things, as well as television and sports. You can add so many things as much as you are going inside the metaverse. It's completely a universe which is building day by day, which is growing day by day. So we have to wait and see what more things are going to come in metaverse. Now we can see so many, multiple things are ready to ignite the world, and so many things yet to come, and I'll be waiting for it.
I also want to
Yeah.
tell one more thing. So right now we have a metaverse. We have a metaverse. It's called Discord. I'm sure you know this is the Discord, the platform where people hang out. So this is right now our stage of the metaverse. It's like text-based, just like you were able to connect to the internet in the 90s through the console line. You can enter something and you get some answer back, some email, right? So it's all text, all just kind of some screen. This is exactly the case with metaverse. There can be different communities for, I don't know, for beauty, for sports, for whatever. They have their own bubble in the Discord, and you can go and see they have their different tools built into that Discord channel, and you can just go from one place to another. So this is kind of the beginning. I think Discord is the place where it all starts. And if you guys who are watching, if you want to start understanding, you better join Discord, get some NFTs, join a community, and see where it goes from here. So these are early stages, and Discord is what we call the metaverse. This is kind of this is.
All right, but if we are talking, for example, about healthcare or manufacturing or travel industry, like for example, Thomas, you came from Poland here just few days. So,
Lithuania, yes.
From Lithuania, yes. My apologies. So, travel industry, how it can be used, metaverse.
I actually have an idea.
Yeah.
At first, I thought tourism, travel industry wouldn't really work at first. I thought, but then I've got some ideas. So, thing is, it's gonna become more popular as some multiplayer games become popular. Let's say some, I don't know if you guys know RuneScape, World of Warcraft, these kind of massive world scale games, right? So what's gonna happen? Tourism can turn to these worlds, and some tourists, a guide can be a person who has a lot of knowledge about that world, about that game, and they can invite people over, walk through different cities and tell what happened. Maybe there was some historic things. Maybe this this castle was built in some time, right? So they just kind of tell the story, introduce people to the world beyond the physical world.
Yeah.
So I think this where tourism can become where people can go and travel and understand more. So these are just kind of my 2 cents on it. I don't really understand the concept of tourism for metaverse in real life, because it's just essentially just seeing some 360 videos and whatever you can just is maybe just restructuring 3D things into real world. But this is not metaverse mentality. This is kind of showing some 360 3D things into VR headset.
Yeah, basically it's we're working on a project for a client which is very similar to tourism, but we're using VR.
All right.
The VR, and we're using several multiplayers. It's like a game, but we're creating an experience. Let's say in Italy, the Colosseum, and there you can have a tour guide with several people, and this is where people at the moment are seeing it as a metaverse, joining as a multiplayer into this experience, and they're experiencing with a tour guide all live. So with people live behind their VR headsets. And basically, it's happening also in retail. It's happening in oil and gas. Let's say
yes, that's a good field. Yeah.
Basically, it's more of a VR experience. Let's call it / training. Having several trainers or candidates in the VR room or in the metaverse room, let's call it, and training about using 3D products to flip and turn, or let's say using several techniques for training in this VR world or behind a computer. But the VR world gives you more the experience and gives you much more. It takes you into this immersive world where you learn much more than a computer. So basically, it's more of a VR headset creating multiplayer and showing several 3D products or trainings or presentation inside the metaverse.
So application can be universal for any of the industry or any of the fields.
Kind of, yeah.
All right, and it's true, the popularity is rising, but there can be some issues like the impact on the social interaction, because we are spending more time online and we spend already a lot of time being locked and during the COVID time. So, and the kids as well, they start to spend more time just using their computers, laptops. There is no social interaction. So how virtual reality can address this issue and find the solution?
It solves the issue, actually. Thing is that
Interesting.
we yeah, so
I don't see any limitations though.
right. So I think the thing is that why we stop why the social interactions we let them down, right? Is because of convenience. It's so easy to just go open the phone, write something, right? You can write to hundreds of people every day rather than just meet and talk to some person, right? You can just reach a higher, bigger, much bigger network than in physical world talking to people. But the thing is, now VR brings back the convenience. Now you can go to some virtual place and see other people as real life avatars, right? And you can do stuff with them. So then when you're in VR, it becomes a nuisance trying to chat, do things. You already have your microphone by default. With the next iteration of VR headsets, you're going to have your pupil scan so people can see where you're looking, if you're looking at them directly or not. So this is where we're making social interactions convenient again. It may be not on a physical level, but people will see our body language, people will hear our voice, they'll see our eyes moving. So we're coming back, we're going back to real social interaction, even though it seems like we're going further away, far astray. We were in the bottom because our technologies only allowed us to talk with the text and whatever. And now we're claiming it back, the real connection, we're claiming it back. I'm sure you guys can add to this a lot more.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing. As it was a post-pandemic time, I would like to, tell something which was happened in India. On the time of pandemic, in engineer, he and his, the engineer couple, they created an event, their marriage event on metaverse. You can watch it on YouTube and all. So while time they was unable to gather, unable to contact each other on social engagement, this guy created his event, marriage event on metaverse. In that metaverse, his fellows, his friends, so many people joined together, even though on the time of pandemic. So that was an biggest turning point in the view of metaverse. So he rightly said about it is a positive thing. It will not impact on negative. Maybe it may be, but according to my viewpoint, it may be giving a good positive vibes in social interactions.
I see.
So basically, for VR limitations for kids, I think there's an important point because kids, VR, you can't really use it more probably than like 1 hour, and then your eyes start like hurting. And I think now there's a lot of applications for kids that that turns off after 30 minutes, and you set up a time, and then you have only the apps for education for them. They cannot download any other apps. So it's getting more and more into an update. Thomas has more insights on me with VR because you're more of a specialist on it. But this is how I see it. It's very important for kids also because it gets them more into a world where they can experience and learn stuff much faster than a computer or than an iPad.
But then they go to the real world, they can't communicate, they don't use their body physically for the full power, so what to do in this case?
On the contrary, I find it more if you're in a VR headset and you dive into it, you're more you're more yourself, and you're in a teaching or in a educational experience where it teach you how to talk, how to educate yourself. And this is very important also for kids. But yeah, you're sure having a physical interaction is
Yes.
also very important.
It's still important.
And also,
yeah.
a very important point is that if you're, let's say, you're socially anxious, right? You're just introverted, maybe you don't like talking to people. If you go to some virtual world, let's say some VR chat, other platform, and you see other people hanging, you will feel like they're real people talking, and you might feel uneasy going in and joining the conversation because you're the same person. They can see your body moving, they can see you're being uncomfortable if you cross your hands or something like that, right? So it's the same thing, but of course I think it can also help those socially anxious people become more confident in talking because they know that the stakes are very low. These are just virtual people. If they don't like you, they're not gonna kill you, they're not gonna hurt you, they're not gonna, there's nothing to be afraid of, you're just not here. So you can even train your skills, social skills, by seeing that the stakes are low, they're just very
But
far
still,
away.
these social skills will be just in the virtual world. So when they come back to the real world, the issue is still there.
No, not really. For example, I actually attended one podcast even in VR where we're just the same, like we're sitting here. I was with a VR headset and we were talking with virtual microphones, everything was recording, so it really feels like the real life. You are actually your own person. You may look like some cartoon character, but you can see that you're a real person, you're talking to real people. So it really applies. It's the same social aspect. It's just that you're seeing not a real person, but some cartoony image, and you're not able to physically touch and feel it, at least for now. But the social aspect is the same, actually.
I think balance is important. Balance between a digital
Yes,
and a
so
physical.
true.
But yeah, it has a lot of advantages also in digital, but mind and that we have to balance also with the physical world, which is very important.
Absolutely, because we had enough time of being just online, so we need to come back to the real life.
Limitations. I want to add one more point.
Yes.
As you know, before only there were people were watching movies or shopping, were physically. Going to the shop and they were having shoppings and going to the theaters or television. They were watching movies. Now, as things change, they can watch movies and the shows on OTT, Netflix, Amazon Prime, so many things. So even shopping, they were shopping previously physically going to the shops and all, but as now they can shop online like on Amazon and all, as well as they have these OTT platforms, online platforms. They are willing to go to the physical thing. They're willing. The same thing will happen in metaverse. People will go in metaverse, they will have fun, and then again they will come back, they will have fun here. Oh, everywhere. They can do everything. But limitations are very compulsory.
Absolutely, as Elio
Mandatory.
said, the balance is
Yeah.
the right thing. Okay, so let's jump to the more regulatory topic is intellectual property rights, because as we know, metaverse, virtual world, and the proper intellectual property rights are covered only in the real world. So when it comes that in metaverse, we can purchase property, we can do shopping, so how it's going to be protected? And also, it's not just one metaverse. There are multiple metaverses, so if you purchase in one and you want to transfer to another one, so how the rights can be protected? What can be done from the regulator side to stabilize this point?
Should I start?
Yes, please.
Basically, from the regulatory part, I think there's some most of the metaverses are decentralized. So basically, it's there's no proper regulation on it. When there's some metaverses that are centralized, which our countries are creating, and they have regulations on it. But buying a land or buying a house or buying anything related to the metaverse is an NFT, and basically NFT is connected to a smart contract. And this smart contract protects you from anyone taking this property off you. So it has a good, but at the same time it has not bad stuff, but I mean non-regulations, because
Yeah.
things can happen in the metaverse. Harassment, I heard last time on the
Exactly,
news,
yes.
some harassment happened. Maybe in the future they'll create like metaverse police, and they do all the good stuff for people.
That's good. I like it, metaverse police.
So I think it's getting into it. It's still in a very early stage. But if it's centralized, it's easier for governments or companies to have more regulations on it. Yeah.
True. Yes,
Um,
Jesse.
Yeah, I'd like to tell in this that previously when the blockchain and crypto started or NFT started, there was no government were taking interest or keen to start or to go inside or to help or to motivate people and all. But in the case of metaverse, so many governments and so many big people are going into the metaverse. I mean, they are also willing to put an hand shoulder to shoulder. So we can see Dubai, official government has started, working hard and taking about the future and metaverse and all. So that's a good thing. If the government or some big people are involving, there will be definitely help or some regulations and some peaceful things which will be helping us as well as our community, metaverse community.
Sure.
Right. I would also like to add that there's movements going on, especially I saw it in Twitter. I cannot really tell what it refers to, but it's called like CC0 something with copyright, essentially no copyright NFTs. So the thing is, the movement is pushing so that everyone can use others like models or images freely. So only one person has an NFT, right? But it says that it's okay. Everybody can use, like, you can print those NFTs. You can just use those artworks. You can do those 3D models. It doesn't matter. What matters is that only one person has that code, right? That refers to whatever the image references, right? Only one person has that code. And if you make your NFTs like available for anybody to download and use, like not the code, but just the media part, right, of it. Then your let's say your how do you say my IP, right? Then your IP becomes more widely available for everyone. For example, if some game can freely use my assets, like my 3D models for their game, right? They will not need to make their own. They will not need to spend money, use their own models. They'll say, "Oh, I like the models of these, right?"
Yeah.
They're gonna use it, and they're gonna drive more eyeballs, more people to see that this is from Zen Republic, right? This 3D model is from Zen Republic. So if anybody can use everything freely, but there's just like a tag, like this 3D model is owned officially NFT by this guy, right? So I think this is where it all goes. Like anybody can use everything online because you cannot fully regulate them. There's always going to be a hacker who can find a way to just scam, the pirate, and do whatever else. So I think there's a good thing that everything is going to use everything freely, but the code only belongs to one person, which cannot really be kind of regulated. It's all a self-regulating system.
Yes, but it's kind of the solution, let's say, in a way. And anything else to add? No. Okay. So as we also see that now the blend between metaverse and NFTs. So in general, NFT, they are bringing crypto to more masses because it's about our everyday activities, the music, art, and games. So let's talk about the NFTs and their utility and how crypto can influence on the value of NFTs.
Yeah. I want to start with the thing that I think is gonna be the first for that people can understand its value with NFTs, and I think that is event attendance to NFTs, or like event tickets, let's say. So this is, I think, is going to be very easy for people to understand. It was easy for art NFTs, right? So I think the next in line is the ticket NFTs. So thing is, when you know how when you attend a conference, right, or something like that, you like to keep that accreditation. Like you post it up, you think it's like a token. You've been there. This is part of your history, right? But the thing is, if you buy the ticket, right, and the ticket it comes as an NFT, which you can just come into the event, scan it, pim, that's it. You're in the event. It can have value even after the event because you're keeping it in your wallet, right? The event is over. That's it, right? So, and those people who bought in, they could even buy it with like the real money, right? The dollars, euros, whatever, and it can get transferred to your wallet, right? So anyway, when the event is over, then NFT still has value because what can happen? Let's say a new event pops up, right? They do NFT tickets, right? And they say we want to get people who are interested in IT, in metaverse, in things like that to join our event. So what we can do, we can go through like these different previous events and we can say, if you own an NFT of 2022 some metaverse event, you're gonna get a discount of 50%, or maybe you can get a free entrance if you hold this thing. So it can become a token that can be used even after event because it shows your preference. It shows that you've been somewhere, and now it can be easier to find, easier to pitch a new event to them. So I think this is gonna make people really understand the utility of owning an NFT. It's not just a one-time thing, and it's not just something that you store.
Absolutely.
So this is something I think this is gonna be the quickest thing to show up. Of course, the shoes, the whatever is gonna come.
Well, for me, NFTs, and it's funny enough, people are seriously buying NFT fashion for like I've seen last time they bought Nike shoes for $130,000. I mean, they're just digital. They're not even physical.
How many pairs so physical you can buy for this amount?
But digital is even cooler than physical because thing is, let's say if you buy a collection shoe, right?
Yeah.
Collector shoe, like only 300 pairs ever exist, right? In the physical world, what you're gonna do? You're gonna steal them, vacuum them, place them, so that after 20 years they'll still have the value. And with the digital ones, you just put them up, and you go to any event, you go to any desert, any event on water, any beach party, you can go with the same shoes, and they're always gonna remain the same value.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, this is one part. I mean, fashion, NFTs, collectibles. I think it's one part. The second part, the utility, would be more on the retail side, like ticketing, like. You can have like McDonald's now. They're doing NFTs for their burgers, and people are storing them, and they're doing more into limited editions and all of that. And people can store them in their wallet, on their McDonald's wallet, let's say, and then they can maybe sell them in the future because they have one of one or one of two, collectible. And also the NFTs could. Big utility for NFTs is for retail and discounts. They can get free passes, VIP events. And all of that is also can be transferable sometimes from different person to another. So there's many NFT utilities, but I don't think all of them are showing at the moment. I think some of them are showing, which is basically collectible and retail and some of them, but I think there's much more than that to be.
So there is more potential of the NFT.
Definitely. I really believe there's a lot of potential in it.
A lot of unexplored potential, but it still has to come. People first need to have VR headsets. Everybody in the world needs to have a VR headset so we can explore the true value of NFTs.
Okay, imagine if you're creating an NFT, what can be this unique utility that nobody came up yet?
I don't know, just it doesn't need to be some unique utility, just something that you own. So for example, it can be access to a game, it can be access to some private group, right? So, I mean, those utilities are just gonna come one after another, and it doesn't need to be. It doesn't
So
need to be
people want to feel that they belong to
right.
this
And
community.
this is the only thing that matters for if you know Pokemon cards, whatever cards, right? You're collecting them, right? Just so that you know that. Let's say I'm a Pokemon fan, right? So I'm gonna collect cards because I feel like other people who are into Pokemon might be similar to me. So by collecting some of the Pokemon cards, right, it doesn't really matter that I have some utility of something. I just want to belong to that place, and it might have some value. If there's a big community of people who think that Pokemon is very cool, then the value of the NFTs of the cards or whatever come up. So it's all about belonging. NFTs essentially and collecting is essentially about belonging. So and there's just different expressions of how can you kind of show the belonging.
Yep.
Adding to your conversation, I think one of also the big utilities which I'm seeing in the market here or in the world is basically pushing the clients. They're creating a gamification for their business, and after that, let's say they create a game. Let's say any big business, they create a fun game they can play on the app. They win those NFTs on the app, and then they can redeem them, let's say, in a store or in a mall or a shopping mall. So basically, gamifying their businesses and then going into NFTs, and then this NFT is a utility for them to go to a VIP pass or discount or get something free or a ticket or anything. So basically, I think that's
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, I want to speak a little bit practical. So people are even before people were buying like by crazy. They were going crazy. Oh, this is the price is hiking. I have to buy this and I have to keep these collections, these and all. So now the time is coming. People are becoming little bit mature, and they are finding what is gonna help me. I mean, what is the necessity? Which one is the NFT? Which NFT I can use it in my in my other things as well. Just not to store, just not to buy. I have bought this NFT for this much millions and all. So now people are becoming mature and practical. So according to that, before people were just creating some NFTs, arts, and they are selling, and people were going crazy. They were buying as well. But
Without
now,
thinking,
yeah,
yes, but now?
But people are thinking after this. Bear market as well as some big hype. There was a big hype in NFTs, but now there is not that much hype. Still, there is hype, not that much hype. So people will be thinking practical. According to the people mindset, the NFT creators and artists are becoming more mature and practical. They are also creating something different. Cool.
Of course, it's evolving.
Yeah,
It's evolving.
evolving. That's the thing, and we have to wait what's yet to come. Some big things.
I also wanted to add, like, of course, now people are taking notice about the utility. They want to have some NFT which allows them to do like use some tool or do some whatever, right? But additionally, there's also value for getting speculation NFTs, like investment. So for example, this is a new way for games to kickstart themselves, right? They say, oh, here is our vision, buy our land, buy our whatever, right? And we're gonna make it, right? And so let's say I'm a grown person who doesn't really have time for games, right? But I look at it and I can see the potential. This game is gonna become popular, right? And my game is gonna be trusting that it's gonna be popular, trusting my instinct, buying a piece of land and not doing anything with it. Just investing in this land and just leaving, right? And hoping that people are gonna really enjoy the game, then they can come back and sell it to somebody else for profit who really enjoys the game and is gonna use that land. So it's also not just tools, but speculation as well. Like easy way of investing into something, not just going into some finance app and seeing the shares drop up and down, but you're like buying some actual thing from the game, which can then have value later on.
Sure, correct. And did you know that 20th of September now is an international NFT day? So it's celebrating creators and collectors. So what can you, wish and advise for those who want to enter the world of NFT, the world of metaverse? Like what advice can you give to them?
The best advice is to just create a wallet, which is going to take you a couple minutes, and then buy an NFT. It doesn't matter. It can be a scam. Is take whatever kind of money you have to throw away. Let's say if you don't care about $20, invest something for $20 and just join that community and see how they talk, see what they do. You're gonna get into the special chats. You're gonna unlock some special Discord chats by holding an NFT, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the rhythm. You're gonna understand what it's all about, and then your journey is gonna start. But it all starts with just getting a wallet and getting an NFT, and then you're just gonna roller coaster.
Well, from my side is basically more about if you want to get into the crypto or NFT or metaverse world, I think it's research the company and research the founders and research their social media, because a lot of people, they're getting scammed, and then if you find a company that is good, that has good followers, good community, good discords and all of that, then try to invest a small amount of money, as Thomas said. So then you can also feel that you're into this community, you don't get scammed, because there's a lot of scam in this industry.
Absolutely. Yes.
So it's very important to research the company and the founders and their community.
But even getting scammed is a lesson. It's like $20 worth a lesson. You just come in, you get scammed, and you see, okay, why was this a scam? How would I have known that this is a scam? Maybe you go through the announcements, maybe you see something else, right? And then when you go to another project, you have this tingling sensation that this might be a scam. So it's
but
also
good
a
if
lesson.
it's just $20, but people are losing much more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Invest in an NFT that you think is just gonna throw away. It's your learning NFT. It's just something that you pay for a course.
Nice lesson, yeah.
Yeah, both the things are actual practical, real things. But I want to add one more thing, that learning just by hearing and learning by doing practical, both are different. For example, if I'm just hearing from Thomas, this is NFT, this is, we can buy from our wallet, we can hold it in our wallet, we can buy here and there.
Yes.
That's nothing. It will be, yeah, we can do that. But if the same thing, I am using my own currency to buy the NFT, practically, that will work. That will completely work. I'll be thinking crazy, oh, this is cool, man. I have to go one more step ahead. Then he'll be going one more step ahead. So learning, if the learning is matters, so he should go with practical. As I'm a trainer, I told previously, so wherever I'm going to the training sessions and all, I used to tell them, whatever happens, maybe it's going to be scammed or something else. Still, just put some, your personal hard-earned little money to know what is exactly it is.
Absolutely, you can
Yeah.
never know without
Yeah.
entering it. Yes.
And also I have one more advice, is to go to these metaverse NFT events. You might not understand anything, but if you go and you talk to people, they will surely want to give you an NFT. They will teach you how to make a wallet. They'll give you an NFT, so because they want to enroll you to your own community. So it's also a very good way of getting an NFT, and both hearing why this NFT is worth something. Why should I care and download right here? Why should I download my
Yes,
wallet
absolutely.
and receive the NFT? So it's also very important. You might not understand anything, but you can go there and get enrolled, because us, as metaverse NFT people, we want to spread education, spread the word. So if new people come in who don't know anything about it, it's kind of our duty to teach them so that they can teach their own friends and keep it going.
Yeah, I want to add one more point. Thousands of students, especially I'm talking about India, students before 1 year, they don't even know about cryptos, NFTs and all. But because of airdrop, as he was mentioning, Thomas was mentioning, they'll be giving something NFT or how to create wallet and all. Because of airdrops, now students who are not working, they don't know how to earn and all. Just because of airdrops, marketing airdrops, they are earning little bit of money and all. So now they may be asking any airdrops. If you are going to crypto expo, there are so many airdrops you can find just by scanning the code and all. And even there is a big event this first week and the second week of October. You can find multiple airdrops or multiple free things. You can utilize it and you can learn new things from that.
Absolutely, so true.
It's very community driven. So basically, if you research the community very well, I think you're okay. This is what I think.
So
it's a
true.
Decentralized world, so it's very towards the community. So so make sure the community is good.
Yeah, so then keep on growing.
Yeah.
That's all questions from my side, but we have the audience, so I would like to ask them if anyone wants to ask a question. No questions today. I guess everything was so clear and informative. And I know, Thomas, that you came all the way from Lithuania. I believe of the reason that Dubai and UAE is the leading country in implementing the new technologies. And so you just few days here, do you feel the vibe that it's really like the strong community here and it's keep on growing?
Well, to be honest, not really. Thing is, what I feel right now is that there is just this, I don't know, a calling saying we want to become a hub. This is what we're going forward. We want to become Metaverse Hub. But when I just go, when I went yesterday to the Metaverse Assembly, what I saw here is just like the baby steps. It's just that there's lots of I don't know, like power to just, lots of push towards it, but everybody is still just learning, getting the first steps and trying to understand what it's all about. So I don't really think it's yet a hub for the metaverse, but I really applaud the kind of the whole mentality of wanting to become it. But of course, today we're going to RT Meetup, so shout out to RT Meetup community. I'm hoping for some fresh energy, new minds, young people, and a good time. And maybe I'll change my mind. But I think it's just the beginning right now for Dubai's metaverse scene.
All right, yes.
Yeah, I think Dubai is pushing a lot of their mentality to go towards the metaverse, but still in a very early stage, because it's still anyways in the early stage around the world. So, but it's a good push for Dubai to push for the metaverse. A lot of companies are coming here, they're showcasing their ideas, their technologies, their creativity. So also they're attracting a lot of metaverse slash blockchain gaming people.
Absolutely. So definitely the new developments are coming, and during our blockchain coffee talks, we will continue to discuss the hot trends and what are the changes and challenges UAE is meeting and world is meeting. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a great pleasure to talk to you. See you next Friday.
Thank you very much.